Well, Greg in real life back with part 2 of my wrestling DVD collection. Let's just jump right into this now, shall we? What we'll start with is these. Right here we have history, 50 years of WWE, history of WWE, 50 years of sports entertainment. I mean, this is just an insert for the book that came out. I kind of want to buy that, but other than that, to read this set. This is actually a really good little DVD. I like the documentary. The match selection on here was kind of weird in a bit, but it was a good watch. This is really cool. I like that. Next up, I do have Bret the Hitman Hart. The best there was, the best there was, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. 3-disc set. I mean, this is great. I mean, I like these DVDs for the documentaries and some. I mean, I don't mind the matches too, but like documentaries, this is a great one. I mean, this is when Bret first returned to the company. There was a personal little special message from Vince McMahon thanking Bret Hart for, you know, letting bygones be bygones, and, you know, coming back to the company and whatever. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I enjoy this. There's a good match selection on here too, but this is just a really that's a really good set. Now this one, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Dungeon Collection. I mean, if you like the matches of Bret Hart, this one's better to have because this has some really and I love that. That's really cool. But this has some really good matches on here for Bret Hart. I mean, this is just honestly for a DVD, this is awesome packaging for him. I mean, this is a real good watch. Next up, I mean, as a kid, I probably started watching when I was I believe, I'm just going to say 1997. I was like 5 years old. So, I didn't really know that much about Ric Flair, but ever since really, you know, becoming a fan of the game and, you know, enjoying wrestling for the real reasons and all that stuff, I came to know that Ric Flair, when his catchphrase, to beat the man, or to be the man, you have to beat the man, is very true. Because Ric Flair, he is the man. I mean, Ric Flair is top 5 favorite wrestlers for me. Honestly, after watching a lot of his old stuff, I mean, honestly, this man is professional wrestling, and I do mean that. Great professional wrestler. Great. This is a great DVD set. Another little thing about this, I did buy this off Amazon, I guess Marketplace, and they did say it was new, but like when I bought this, as you can tell, it's supposed to have another like sleeve right there, or just like a slab that like it's supposed to say, I believe, like the saying I just said, to be the man, is supposed to be like right here, but it's ripped off, and they said this was new, and I was very upset when I got this and noticed that. But whatever. I mean, but this DVD is great. It has a couple good matches on here. The other collection that I don't have of his is Ric Flair. I can't remember what it's called, but that 3-disc set has the better match selection than this one. But the documentary on here is really good. Eye-opening about a lot. I mean, I enjoyed that. As I said, like, it made me realize a lot about Ric Flair. But next up, I do have Triple H, King of Kings. This is his 2-disc set that came out, I believe, in 2008. I like this set a lot because I love the Hunter Hearst Helmsley character when he first entered WWE, and this has a lot of that in there. And I don't know. Triple H, I think, is a little underrated. I mean, a lot of people might say he's overrated. I say he's a little underrated. I think everyone more so talks about like when they say their favorite list, they kind of leave Triple H out a lot. And I mean, he's a great entertainer, great wrestler. Back in the early 2000s, one of the best heels ever. So like when people just kind of don't really put them in their list of favorite wrestlers, and I think that's kind of a shame because he can go. He's really good. I kind of always wondered why no one really ever considered him to be as good as he is. But next up, I do have Triple H, Thy Kingdom Come, his 3-disc documentary set with some matches on there. mean, this is a great set. Basically, I mean, this documentary is great, and I love this set because it did have Undertaker on here saying some things about Triple H, so that was great. But this is a good set. Triple H, like I said, man, very underrated. I think in some, I mean, my book, to a lot of what I've been seeing people say about him. I think Triple H should be up there in some people's favorites wrestlers. Next up, I'm not the biggest fan of this DVD, but NWO The Revolution. What it is a 3-disc set. It has a documentary, like an hour long, about talking about what the NWO did for business and all that stuff. And it has like a couple other good matches and stuff like that in here. I wasn't really that impressed. I mean, you can't tell, like, I mean, a lot of people did not like the NWO. A lot of people did like the NWO, but like a lot of other people like that worked for WCW at the time really did not like the NWO. Next up, I got one of the better concept matches in WWE, and I wish they would bring it back to a full-scale pay-per-view like they used to. But that is the Best of the King of the Ring. Just great set. But like I said, I mean, I love this kind of like little gimmick that they had going for the King of the Ring. I wish they would bring this back in a pay-per-view format instead of doing it like on Raw and whatever. Just bring this back. I mean, good way to push talent and, you know, make superstars. But actually, I like this because I like a lot of the older wrestling than the newer stuff. Like I like the gimmicky WWF from like early 2000s, or not 2000s, sorry, 1990s. Like I love 95 and 96. Those years, great years in my opinion. Next up, I do have the 50 greatest WWE finishing moves in WWE history. I said that completely wrong, but that's fine. I honestly bought this set just for the match selection because I thought it was really unique. I had no interest in buying this because, you know, the set, I mean, 50 countdowns are always biased. But I can't remember what was first. I think it might have been the Stunner. But this is a great set, actually. The match selection was so unique. I liked it. And the 50 thing isn't that bad. It's just, like I said, it's kind of like, feels a little bit biased to me, so it's really not that great. Next up, I have, this is kind of like a letdown, but it's the Attitude Era, WWE, the Attitude Era. I guess they're coming out with Volume 2, but like this, I just had such high hopes, and then it just turned out not to be as good as I thought it would be. But, I mean, the documentary was, I don't mind the documentary, but the match selection was okay and all that. But, man, the Attitude Era, I mean, it is good, though. It is good. Actually, I got these two in a 2-pack, but the first one that came, or that I'm going to show you, is the Best of Raw 2010, 3-disc. Oh, this is coming out. That's not good. Oh, it's broken. What are those? I've honestly never seen this. This is, but this did come with this, which I really want, is Raw, the beginning, Best of Season 1 and 2. I've yet to watch this or this yet. Oh. But these came together for $10 when they're doing Walmart was doing the WrestleMania 30 double packs. So $10 for both of these. I just jumped onto it. Next up, this is one I really enjoyed, but it looks really bad now because like you know, most of the matches were in the 80s and just not the best quality. But War Games, I believe the WCW most notorious matches. I mean, I love this whole idea of the War Games. This is a great set. Some of the old ones were brutal and I love it. I wish they would bring that back. Next up, this is actually the first one of the DVDs I got back in November 2011 that made me get back into collecting. And this is what started it all, basically. Again, is Stone Cold Steve Austin, the bottom line of the most popular superstar of all time. 4-disc set. Oh my god, this is probably, like I said, top 5 documentaries too. Match selection is pretty good. Just, you know, Stone Cold doing what he does best. Just talking, it's great. It's a great set. Great set. Sorry, I'm losing myself here. Next up, I mean, this wasn't that bad. Top 25 rivalries in WWE history, or in wrestling history, sorry. You know, another 3-disc set. Very good in cover artwork right there, though. I mean, this is really good. I thought the good rivalries that they showed on here, and good match selection. That was a good one. Next up, we have Shawn Michaels' My Journey. The thing I have about this is I got the it's not the widescreen edition. It is the other edition, so it's kind of hard to watch sometimes. But this has a lot of Shawn Michaels' really good matches on here, so that's good. Next up, I got this just because I got it for the match selection, and I don't really care for John Cena. It's the John Cena experience. I don't really care for John Cena that much, but I do respect everything he does. But I did like the match selection on here, so I decided to finally get that. And the documentary ain't that bad either. I like going through the day of the life of John Cena. But again, this is one of the other first DVDs I got is John Cena My Life. I mean, this one is pretty interesting. I mean, you can tell this is when WWE was getting chops with their documentaries, but this ain't bad. It has a good match selection too from a lot of John Cena's earlier stuff. Again, another top 10, probably top 5 documentaries for me too. Shawn Michaels story of the Shawn Michaels story, Heartbreak and Triumph. This is really good. Read this set. Documentary I said is great. Match selection isn't that bad, that great, but just the documentary is really good on this. Let's see. Next up, I do got Satan's Prison, the Elimination Chamber anthology. Really good set. I mean, if you like Elimination Chamber matches, this is really good. I watched that a few times actually. Then we got Raw 100, which just shows the top 100 moments in Raw. This is a really good set to have. Then it has Raw 1000 on there as well. That was really good. This is awesome too. The story, You Think You Know Me, the story of Edge. This is great. Documentaries were great. Good match selection on here. Yeah, not much to say about that. That was really good. Next up, this is probably one of my favorites, Mick Foley for All Mankind. I mean, this did come with the Mr. Sacco 3-disc set here. Really good. I love the documentary. I mean, I also got this on Blu-ray. I got that one on Blu-ray too. I mean, I just bought it because I love Mick Foley, and the Blu-ray extras was really good to see. Next up, again, another superstar I think is a little bit underrated. Not a lot of people talk about him, a lot, but it's Chris Jericho. I believe it's Breaking the Code Behind the Walls of Chris Jericho, 3-disc set. Again, this is another one I got off Amazon, and like, it was all cracked and stuff. Like, right there. I mean, whatever, I don't really care that much, honestly. But, this is a good documentary, good match selection. It's awesome to hear about Chris Jericho. He went around the world and literally tried to make a name for himself, and it's great. It's great. I love that. Next up, we got The Rock, the epic journey of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. 3-disc set. I love this. That's a great picture. I mean, this is a good set. It has documentary for The Rock before I believe he did WrestleMania 28. And just, it's great. The retrospect into his life. Good match selection. The Rock. I want to get that they have the Blu-ray for like $10. I kind of think about buying it. I got ECW on Release Volume 2. Another good set if you enjoy, ECW. There's a lot of good matches on here. I love that cover art too. That's great. But yeah, I mean, if you like ECW, that's a great set to pick up. Then this may... See, it's very hard to pick a number 1, but this is, again, top 5 CM Punk Best in the World. I mean, honestly, like, I love this. I love the fact that, like, he had most of the say in what he did in here and everything. I mean, I've read that some people have some bad things to say, like, about this DVD, how he comes off as, like, a pompous asshole or whatever. But, like, I respect him so much for everything he's done. I don't know. I think he is great. I think, like, a lot of people say, I think he did the right thing in what he chose to do. It's his choice and everything. But that's for another subject some other day. But next up, we do have the Best of WCW Clash of the Champions 3-disc set. This is another good set if you enjoy Clash of Champions. These are actually all now on the network. But this, you know, I love this cover too. It's like embossed. But this is a great set, actually. I mean, just watch old WCW for days. It's awesome. Very good. Next up, I've been wanting this for a while, and you know, TNA has been running it for $5, so I